everyone and welcome back to more Going Local here with Inter Milan, and it's the final episode of Season 10 in the incredibly difficult middle period here of the Save. The Save started so well with brilliant wins in Scotland, in Holland and in Portugal, but the top 5 leagues, they're seemingly beyond us at the moment. We've had our share of bad luck in terms of what we've been able to get, and it's looking like another average season. It's going to be another trophyless season. Of course, we're not going to be winning Serie A, and we haven't won the Italian Cup. Of course, we were already knocked out a long time ago, and Juventus did not win. Roma won that one. Of course, when we got the Inter Milan job, we got it very early on, and I was a bit concerned there might be more jobs available down the line in the summer. The only job that was available that was worth going to was Roma, so should have waited really. But anyway, as said, we've gone through the last few months of the season because there was nothing to play for really. There is now because of our results, but we'll talk about that as we go. Since last time's awful 0-0 draw with Sassuolo, and then commendable 2-2 with Roma, albeit on the back of a dreadful performance, things have been mixed as they have been all season. I mean, it's been mostly wins, I suppose. A fantastic 3-0 win against Napoli. I thought we're going to have a great run in here. Really good. We then, of course, lost to Juventus again. It was unlike the other defeats to Juventus. They didn't deserve to win. They had one shot on target. Dave Samba, of course, scored it. We should have won the game, but we didn't because there we go. A 1-0 against Frosinone. A very angry, rage-inducing 0-0 with Atalanta. Didn't have a shot all game. Did not have a shot. Somehow we could not find a way through. We need a striker. That's what we need, really. Udinese was a 2-0 win. A 3-0 win against Spal as well. Good performance there. Then, of course, no consistency. A 0-0 with Hellas Verona. I mean, I say that. We're very consistent. We are consistently inconsistent. A 1-0 against Fiorentina. Pasquini with a very, very late penalty in that one. And then a brilliant 4-0 win against Brescia, which was, of course, backed up with a 0-0 against Lazio, which takes us to the final 2 games. We've got a Milan derby first, and then we've got Torino. And we need to win. We need to win. Juventus have not won the league yet, but they are I say they're going to. They've dropped a couple of points recently. We should be in this fight, really, shouldn't we? Where they've dropped quite a few points recently, a few draws, which means that Roma, if they slip up again, Roma could capitalise and win the league, which would be interesting because potentially could mean Pirlo getting the sack. Who knows? In any case, we are in 3rd place at the moment, and it's incredibly tight for the final 2 Champions League spots between us, Milan and Udinese. We need to beat AC Milan first of all. That is imperative. If not, it could be very dicey. We're currently in 3rd, 75 points. Obviously, if we end up in 5th, we will not be in the Champions League. We'll be in the Europa League, which as far as we're concerned is quite good because we still need to win the Europa League. But the board, of course, want us to qualify for the Champions League. So, yeah, that could be an issue. We could be getting our first sacking of the Save. We managed to avoid that throughout this process. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see where we end up. We'll see how much money we have to spend, where we can strengthen the squad, and potentially where there's a new job. As we said over the last few episodes, if there is a good job, then I will be looking for that exit door. I don't mean a sort of similar level job. We're not just going to go somewhere else. I'm happy to stay here and build up this Inter Milan team, but if we can get the Juventus job, given how ridiculously good they are, same for PSG, if we can get either of those, obviously we will go to them. And, that kind of level, if we can do that, then of course we're going to look to do that because I think that just makes sense. But we'll see what happens. We've got Milan first. This is pretty crucial. Udinese have drawn their 37th game, so that they've got the maximum they can get is 78 points. Our head-to-head against them is pretty good. I think we won both games against them. So basically, if we beat Milan here, then I think we will have done it. Now, this is the away game at the San Siro, but of course it's same stadium we use anyway, so not really. We've got a few issues to contend with. Bastoni and Benassia are both suspended. Bastoni's really improved since I made him a central defender rather than a ball-playing defender, and Benassia's player of the season almost certainly. So to miss them both is obviously a bit of a problem. But anyway, Bajic is going to be in goal. Ruggieri, Skriniar comes in alongside Bakula, and Hakimi is the defence. The defence has done pretty well. It's the attacking areas where we've been lacking. Bentancur comes in at the base of the midfield. Matthias and Pasquini ahead of him. There was a suggestion in the comments of playing Matthias up front. I can certainly see the logic in that. He's pretty good aside from his finishing. It's something we might consider if we can't get another striker in. Satil is going to be on the left-hand side. Yilmaz is on the right-hand side. He scored 2 goals in the game against Brescia. And Moise Kean is going to be up front for now because Lukaku, how on earth I've given him a 3-year deal. That's idiocy. Hopefully he's just going to retire. He's 37. Pack it in, Romelu. You're done. Yeah, definitely the forward areas. I mean, you look at the average ratings and, recent form, it's not great. I mean, Satil's been awful recently. Keane, he's only playing because Keane's going to be going up front. Orsolini's not done amazingly well. Lukaku's recent form is abysmal. It's a concern. It is a concern. Maras as well. He scored on his debut, I think, and has not scored since in any competition. So that's obviously really promising. That's where the money's going to go if we are still here next season. Right, given how bad our away form is, this could be extremely terrible. I mean, I'm hopeful that of all the away games we played, this should be the easiest because, as said, it's not an away game really. We're in the other dressing room, but it's our stadium as well, so it's not really an away game. I have toyed with a alternate system, 3 at the back system away from home, taking some inspiration from Gareth Southgate there. It's not something I've done yet. We'll see how this game transpires. As Neves puts a corner in, we could potentially concede already. Not yet. Toffoli picks up the loose ball though, and it's going to be a highlight for AC. Yilmaz with a sliding challenge to intercept the ball. That's more like it. Ruggeri plays it down straight to them though, straight to Tomori, and that's kind of that highlight summed up our season, I think, actually. Brilliant interception, winning the ball back, and in the end we concede from it because we decided to give it away. Christopher Scott scores. I don't think he's Italian. Just awful. Yeah, to be honest with you, at the moment, I wouldn't mind getting sacked. Where's the defending there? I mean, I know Skriniar's in, but what was that? And what is Bajic doing again? Once again, letting us down. I'm going to change the system now because I hate these players so much. Bentancur, I guess can he play in central defence? I mean, theoretically, he should be, right? Just put him in there. Just put him in there. We'll move Hakimi up a little bit. We'll move Ruggeri up a little bit. It can't be any worse than it already is. Right, here we are. It's about to get even worse. So Tomori plays it forward. Guendouzi racing through. We've got more defenders back now, so it should be okay. He's just he's kept going. If anything, we look worse. Corner in from Neves to add to the pain. We managed to clear it away. And yeah, can we actually do so? We've not had a shot yet. That is absolutely disgraceful. I feel like I've used that word more with this team than anyone else. Oh, we've had 2 shots now, 3 shots, both on target. We didn't see them though, so they can't have been great. But finally, is this actually a highlight for us? Ruggeri with the corner in. He's not aimed for a teammate there. It's not anything. We've still got possession though, which is very unusual for us, really, especially when we're behind in a game. But how do I feel this is going to be a Milan goal? If we go 2-0 down just before the break, then at least we can get the achievement for coming from 2-0 down to win a game. Neves plays it forwards, and that was disgusting. Toffoli just dinks the goalkeeper because Bajic is an idiot. This is genuinely dreadful. We've added an extra defender. What was the point? What was the point in anything? Unbelievable. That was the worst first half of this season, and there's been a lot of competition. There really has. Everyone is playing awfully apart from Ruggeri. Bring on Chukwueze, I guess, and just we've moved Bentancur back into midfield. Maybe this will do absolutely nothing as we just give the ball away again. Is this just that we have the players here are bad for the most part? I don't think they're that bad. Chukwueze cuts inside and just tipped over by Donnarumma. Wasn't really challenging him particularly. It's a bit more life, I suppose. We're actually seeing some action for us. Not very good action, but still, there's actually something. Hakimi to Chukwueze. He's made an impact since coming off the bench. Back to Hakimi, and the effort goes over. Well, I'll tell you what, we look better. We having just, we've pushed the fullbacks forwards, and Pasquini's got a bit of space, and Pasquini has scored. Well, okay, maybe this is just what we do. In certain games anyway. Push the fullbacks into wing backs, but just keep two at the back still. Matias with a great ball forwards, fantastic pass, and the finish from Pasquini, tight angle. What about that? Right, I mean, is it on? Is the comeback on? I mean, AC Milan haven't exactly been good. We've just kind of been really bad. So it's possible. Otherwise, we're going to be needing a win against Torino on the final day. Keane knocks it down to Pasquini. I mean, what is this? We've come to life. Pasquini, it's not troubling Donnarumma too much. Right, Hakimi's having a poor game. I'm bringing on Manzella, which is probably a mistake because Moise Kean is also having a poor game. But Chukwueze touches it back down to Manzella. Can he get a good cross in? He's been wanting to play all season. Show me why you should be in the team. Back to Matias. Bentancur's there. It's a brilliant save from Donnarumma to tip it round. We're getting closer though. The XG's gone above theirs. Well, very much a tale of two halves so far, but still time for us to throw this away. But this might be what we do away from home. Manzella. He's striding down the pitch. It's a good switch of play from Matias. He's still going, pulls it back, and he's just giving it away. So that was fun for a minute. We were in there, but he made a terrible choice, and it's probably going to be another Milan goal. Here we go. Elmas is round the defence. Martinez is in, and Bajic actually makes a save. Can we rescue a point? We're into injury time. I think we've had our chances. We could have done it. We didn't do it as Milan go close. It's been a much improved second half. You have to say it's been a much improved second half, but it's a defeat. I'm not happy with your performance. I'm impressed with the second half fight back, but it wasn't enough of a fight back, and we now have got it all to do on the final day of the season. Oh right, well this is going to be massive. We could still finish in third, but it's looking like fourth, which is going to be our worst league performance. It's still over 70 points, but it's going to be our worst league performance of the save. How much better would our season have been if we'd been able to sign Specken? If we got a bid for him earlier and Specken was still available? I don't know. He's really good, and I miss him. Right then, final day of the season, and I did not realise that Juventus are playing AC Milan, which is a massive, massive help for us because, they need to win the title because Roma have got Cagliari, so you'd expect them to win. So, okay, that will hopefully help us out, but we've got Torino. We need to beat them. If we slip up and Udinese win, then it doesn't matter what Milan do, really. Right, the team is restored to how I would like it to be, ideally. Benassia comes in, Bastoni comes in, and also Lukaku comes in because... if the wings is an issue, I think Chukwueze is going to have to start as well, isn't he? Over Yilmaz, who's very inconsistent, and then Moise Kean ahead of Sotil. Sotil's been so bad. I guess we do that. Let's go. We just need a win, just a 1-0 win, and we will be in the Champions League next season, which will avoid us getting the sack, and we can then rebuild. I mean, look, whatever happens, it's massively improved on the club we took over. We have massively improved on their point tally from last season. It will be, even if we lose, it will be 20 points clear of what they got last year, which is that's an improvement, quite a few places above. I think we need to sort of just acknowledge how bad Inter Milan were last season, the team we've taken over. Matias trying to find Keane, he can't do it, but knocks it back to Lukaku, gets it back again. He's made a real difference since joining. It's a beautiful ball in. Lukaku, you give him that kind of service and he will score. 14 for the season for him. He's 36 years old, 37 years old. I can't remember. We just looked at it a few minutes ago. But, I mean, we definitely need somebody else to lead the line. We definitely need a new first choice striker. But as an option, he's still got some decent attributes, does Lukaku. Right, it's a perfect start for us. And also, Juventus are beating AC Milan. So if it stays the same, we would be not only qualifying for the Champions League, but we would be qualifying in third place, which at least keeps our record of a podium finish in every single season if we can continue. Pasquini's benefited from a dodgy tackle there. It's fallen to Keane. It's fallen to Lukaku, who smashes home, and he is staking a claim for a place in the team next year. A corner from Benassia looking for Bastoni, and he's found him. Would you look at that? He's 5th of the season. A few more of those, maybe we'd be doing a little bit better. Maybe we'd be doing a little bit better. I mean, the home form is absolutely fine. If we can just sort of get some better players in, bit more consistency away from home, we should be okay. We can certainly make an improvement. We're not. When you consider we were 40 points behind Juventus last season, and we are going to end up 14 points behind. That's a massive improvement in 1 year. Great first half. This is going to be a good, positive end to the season. Yeah, get some better players in. Maybe tweak what we do away from home. Maybe. I think just having better players is what we need. Still time to add to this midway through the second half. Matthias with another lung-busting run. He is, a full season of him is certainly going to help. Orsolini whips it into Keane, and even Moise Keane scores. Orsolini off the bench with an assist. It's 4-0. What a way to end the season. This is what I mean. If we can do this, why can't we do this more consistently? We have had some fantastic wins. We have blown away AC Milan. We have blown away Napoli. We've blown away Roma, and yet we lose away from home against Empoli. It makes no sense. As Bastoni adds his second of the game, it's 5-0. And we're lucky because Milan are losing and Udinese are winning as well. So Milan are actually not going to qualify for the Champions League unless they can pull it out of the bag against Juventus. And that doesn't seem like it's going to be happening. And it's definitely not happening for Torino. They're going to be down to 10 men. I think one of the keys this summer is going to be, can we sell players? Can we get some of these older guys off the books? And hopefully we get some bids for them. We can let them go. As it ends 5-0, there's no trophy, but it's a good way to end this campaign. And let's have a look at the final table to see how things finally end up shaking up. Roma won 10-0 on the final day of the season. They were fully going for it, but it's not enough because Juventus have beaten AC Milan by 1-0. Pessina with a solitary goal. Juventus win Serie A again. Roma 2 points behind, and we're only 14 points behind them, which isn't too bad. We get third place, another third place finish. Udinese squeak in ahead of Milan. Their defeat to Juventus cost them massively. They finish 5th. It's Europa League for AC Milan and Didier Deschamps, who is in charge. Lazio gets 6th, Spal gets 7th, which is fantastic. Napoli again continue mid-table obscurity, and Cagliari, they could have stayed up. Atalanta stay up. The 10-0 defeat has condemned Cagliari to relegation. Did Atalanta win? They lost to Brescia. As well. So Cagliari, I mean, they were against Roma, so it was pretty much done, wasn't it? But, well, what a dramatic final day of Serie A action that has been. And most importantly for us, we are qualified for the Champions League, which, considering how bad they were last season, is quite good. Transfer budget, £71 million, which is reasonable. I think we can definitely strengthen with that. The most important thing is a striker, and I think actually probably a left winger as well, given how poor those performers have been. But I think a striker is the most important thing. Maybe a Mazzala, if we can get one. But yeah, striker is the priority. If we get bids in for Bajic, some of the other players, they will be sold. But I'm not going to sort of actively look to sell them because it will lessen the value. I want to maximise the money. But yeah, 70 million should certainly be able to buy us an improved striker. Although obviously we will principally have to only be looking at Italian strikers. I've been searching for them. Eddie Salcedo is an option because he can play on the left hand side as well. He's a potential move. This man Pasquarelli here is very good in terms of finishing, looks decent. He may be the one we go for. He's not had a great season at Benfica. He's got 9 goals. And then Joshua Miller here has got 17 goals for Freiburg. And the problem is he's on loan from Dortmund. He is nuts. I'd love to get him, but I don't think we're going to be able to. Those are the sort of main options in terms of, we've got two of each wild cards left. We're not going to be able to sign Dave Samba, I don't think, and I don't think it's a good idea to sign Adam either. So it's probably going to be one from outside of Italy. And if we do that, I mean, Salcido's the best option. He's probably the one to potentially get in. Him and another one, that could be the ticket because he can play on the left hand side, as said. But we got if we use one of the wild cards, this man from Arsenal, he's Brazilian, so we could sign him if he's interested. He's really good, actually. Let's scout him. So look, there's options. We will see what happens, but the most important thing, we have qualified for the Champions League. We will not be getting the sack. Certainly no massive jobs available now, but people could just resign, and obviously the World Cup is coming up, so people could choose to go and take national team jobs. Maybe I'll be on the lookout for that over the course of the summer. But end of season review, just quickly then, at the halfway point of the save, we are not going to be able to win all these trophies in 20 years. That is not going to be possible. We'll keep going for the full time period, but just sort of see how far we can get, really. In terms of our signings then, Matthias has done very, very well, as has Chukwueze, more or less. Otherwise, it's been a mixed bag, I would say, which kind of sums up the season. We've already seen the table. Third place is reasonable, I suppose. The Italian Cup was obviously very disappointing, but we got drawn against Juventus, so that's kind of life, really. We spent a lot of money, so obviously that's going to affect the finances, and also obviously we weren't in Europe, so that's going to be a bit of an issue as well. But next year, Champions League revenue should certainly help. Team of the season, Bajic in goal. He's got over a 7 rating, which is quite impressive given how frankly awful he's been in certain games, as have the defence. The defence is not the issue from the looks of this. The defence is not the issue. It's just we haven't scored enough goals. Pasquini and Bentancur in there, Chukwueze doing okay, but yeah, Lukaku, Moise Kean, striker and left wing, Eddie Salcido and someone else potentially would be what we need to do. Maybe. We will see. Player of the season obviously is Benassia. Bakula gets young player of the season. Signing of the season is Juan Matias, which says a lot about our summer signings. Top goal scorer Lukaku 15, still okay, but it's not enough. It's not enough. We have been nominated for Manager of the Year, which is possible. We might win that. But again, unlike real life elections, we can't vote for ourselves, which seems a bit rubbish. But anyway, there we are then. That is going to be that for today and for the season. I will go away and see what I can do in terms of transfers and in terms of getting a new job. I'm not planning on leaving, as said, but if we have the opportunity to go to Juventus, to go to PSG, to go to someone like that, we'd be foolish to not at least go for it. They probably wouldn't hire us anyway, but we'll of course look. But otherwise, we'll be here next season, hopefully with some new attackers to improve things. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe as well, and I will see you next time.